Alright guys, long time no see. I know it's been a while. Before I get into this, I just want to say that I apologise for not uploading more. I've had tons of messages over the past year or so, maybe more, just asking me to come back, asking me to do another video, another update. When am I coming back? And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to all those people. I never thought anyone would be that interested, that bothered about the videos. So the fact that there are people out there that have been trying to find out where I am, thank you. I've not been ignoring you. I've got a separate YouTube account that I use on my day-to-day life, and it obviously doesn't alert me to comments and stuff, but when I recently went back and I've just seen the flood of comments I've gotten from people, it really does mean a lot. It's not because I've not wanted to upload, it's just my housing situation, the facilities I'm in, it doesn't allow me to give you the quality of content that I'd like to be able to give you. Hopefully, if I can get myself in that situation sooner rather than later, then I can really put in the effort and the time and the money that I want to be able to put into these videos. But until then, just thank you everyone for just being supportive and pestering me and trying to find out where I am. It really does mean a lot. But I'm not going to take up too much time talking about that. You guys are here for the books first and foremost. We're going through the updated collection today. Just as some notice, I've run out of shelf space quite a while ago. You'll see that when we get to the Marvel stuff, and it's sort of in a bit of a DIY setup at the minute, just in piles. I've done what I can just for the sake of this video for you guys, and Omnis and Deluxes have also been moved to the bottom shelves for the most part, just to try and prevent any further bending of the shelves. But without further ado, thank you again. I apologise again. We'll get into this here. We'll start with DC, with the paperbacks. I'm not going to pull them all out because I'll be here all day. I'll try and go over what I can. But starting here with the left, we got the Aquaman by Peter David, 1 and 2. Those were unfortunately cancelled after the first two, so that sucks. Aquaman the Waterbearer is new. We got the pre-52 Aquaman trades, the Dan Abnett Aquaman run from Rebirth, and the Mira Queen of Atlantis mini. Into the Bat family, we got Batman Year One, The Man Who Laughs, Venom, the Jeff Loeb Tim Sale trilogy. Haunted Knight isn't technically in continuity, but it looks a bit dumb just off on its own, so I just whacked it in there. A Death of the Family, of course, is the death of Jason Todd. I got the newest printing of Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison. Batman Nightfall, 1, 2, and 3, the big phone books. Gordon of Gotham. Batman Hush, of course. Batman International, Death and the Maidens by Greg Rucka. War Games 1 and 2, which features Stephanie Brown's brief stint as Robin. Under the Red Hood, of course, the return of Jason Todd. Red Hood The Lost Days is sort of a prequel to that, or a prelude. Batman and Son kicks off the Grant Morrison run. The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. We've got Heart of Hush by Paul Dini. R.I.P. Battle for the Cowl by Tony Daniel. Batman and Robin, Volume 1, Life After Death. Batman vs. Robin, Time and the Batman. The Return of Bruce Wayne, Batman and Robin Must Die. Bruce Wayne The Road Home, Eye of the Beholder. The Black Mirror by Scott Snyder and Jock, which is fantastic. Gates of Gotham by Scott Snyder, I just got recently. Batman Incorporated. And then into sort of the Bat family. Azrael, Fallen Angel, sort of a prelude to Nightfall. Batgirl Robin Year 1, the two Cassandra Cain Batgirl trades. There is a third one of that, and then that unfortunately got cancelled as well. Batgirl Stephanie Brown 1 and 2, Catwoman When in Rome by Loeb and Sale again. The first 3 Chuck Dixon Nightwing books, I do need to track down the rest of those. I don't want them to go out of print before I can get my hands on them. And then into the New 52 in hardcover, we've got the first 4 volumes here of Snyder and Capullo's Batman, plus the Night of the Owls tie-in. Moving on over, we've got the rest of the Snyder Capullo Batman, volumes 5 to 10. Batman the Dark Knight 1 to 4. Batman Incorporated 1 and 2 finishes off the Grant Morrison stuff. Forever Evil, Arkham War. We got the 5 Nightwing trades by Kyle Higgins. The 5 Grayson trades by Tim Seeley and Tom King. Into DC Rebirth, we've got Batman 1 to 7 and the Preludes to the Wedding by Tom King. Not really a fan of this stuff. I did have the Deluxes. I decided to sell those on and just get the trades because I'm not a fan. But I want to own it anyway because I'm a Batman guy. Bane Conquest. Detective Comics 8 and 9 from Rebirth. You'll see why I've got 8 and 9 randomly later. Batwoman Volume 1. Nightwing 1 to 7. Red Hood and the Outlaws 1 to 4. And then in here we've got the Road to Metal, Dark Knights Rising, and the Resistance. Those are sort of the Metal tie-ins. I've got Metal itself in deluxe format, so that will be later on. The rest of the Tom King Batman stuff there, starting with Cold Days, going through to City of Bane. The first 3 Peter Tomasi Detective Comics trades. Batman Superman by Joshua Williamson. Batman 3 Jokers, The Batman Who Laughs, the first 2 Joelle Jones Catwoman, which has been really good actually. Nightwing there, that's the Rick Grayson era, the less said about that the better. Red Hood Outlaw 1 to 4, and then we've got the Dark Knight's Death Metal tie-ins there, and on the end we've got the Tynen Batman with their Dark Designs and the Joker War, and then the Nightwing Joker War tie-in. Moving on down, we've got Batman Earth 1, 1 to 3 by Jeff Johns, Batman Europa, Last Night on Earth by Snyder and Capullo, Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, I need to get the 3rd one, Curse of the White Knight and White Knight Presents Harley Quinn. Nightwing The New Order, which is very underrated. I wish we had a deluxe of that, because that is a really underrated story, I think. The Fall and Rise of Captain Atom. Up here as well, before I forget, I've got the trades for Deceased and Deceased Unkillables. I just picked those up the other day, which is why I need to make room for them. Doomsday Clock, that's the slipcase set that has both hardcovers inside. Deathstroke, The Terminator by Marv Wolfman. That's volume 1, 2, 3, and 5. I just picked up 5 really cheap, so I need to get 4. Really underrated stuff, by the way. If that got an omnibus, I'd be a very happy man. Deathstroke by Christopher Priest. That starts there with The Professional. Goes all the way through to Deathstroke R.I.P. Plus the sort of crossovers there. I've got Titans, The Lazarus Contract, and the Terminus Agenda. The Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar. Flash Rebirth. The Dastardly Death of the Rogues, Road to Flashpoint and Flashpoint. We've got the New 52 Flash. This is post Manipul and Buccioletto. Starting there with Volume 5, History Lessons, going through to Full Stop. The DC Rebirth Flash here, Perfect Storm, which is Volume 7. That picks up where the Deluxes leave off. That goes all the way through to the Flash Age there. And then we got Flash Forward by Scott Lobdell. Freedom Fighters, Rise of a Nation. This is really underrated, and I recommend it to anyone, because I don't know how many people read this, but it came out a couple years ago, 12-issue maxi series. by Robert Venditti, and I thought it was really, really enjoyable. Green Arrow Rebirth, 1 to 8, I believe. The first 6 are the Benjamin Percy run, which again was really good. I'd be very down for a deluxe or an omnibus of that at some point. Green Lantern Corps, I've been picking these trades up just as and when I find them. I think I might be missing a couple, but this is all the stuff that was taking place around the time of the Jeff Johns Green Lantern era, which I love, so I've been trying to track these down. So that's Green Lantern Corps there. To Be a Lantern goes through to Emerald Eclipse. Then you've got the 3 Brightest Day hardcovers, and then 2 more Green Lantern Corps trades there, being looked after by Hal himself. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps 1 to 7. That is fantastic. Again, underrated in my opinion. A beautiful follow-on to the Jeff Johns run. You can skip the New 52 Robert Venditti Green Lantern. Just go straight to this after the Green Lantern Jeff Johns stuff, I think. It's a great spiritual successor. We got the 2 Green Lantern Earth 1 hardcovers. And then in there, in the corner, we've got Hawkman by Jeff Johns, 1 and 2. Moving over yet again, Hawkman by Robert Venditti, 1 to 3. I've not read these yet, but I've heard that it was one of the really much better series, sort of post-Dark Knight's Metal. Infinite Crisis hardcover. We got the Scott Snyder Justice League there, starting with No Justice. Then the Totality, Graveyard of Gods, the Drowned Earth crossover in hardcover, Hawkworld, The Sixth Dimension, and Justice Doom War. Definitely weaker for Scott Snyder, in my opinion, but I did read it all in singles. I've not gone back to it and read it in trades yet. Maybe it will read better in trade. I'll just have to see. However, Justice League Dark by James Tynen, the 4th, was fantastic. I again read that in singles, thoroughly enjoyed it. Starting off there with the Last Age of Magic, then you've got the Witching Hour crossover, and then it goes through to A Costly Trick of Magic. That is great, great stuff. JSA by Jeff Johns, 1 to 4. Hopefully they keep coming out with these thicker trades for JSA. Really enjoyed these first 4, so hopefully they carry that series on. I've not heard anything about a 5th yet, but if anyone knows, please do leave a comment, because I'm looking forward to more of that. Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Alex Ross, of course. Mr. Miracle by Tom King. Shazam and the 7 Magic Lands. That's the Jeff Johns Shazam actual series, not just the backup issues that he was doing at the beginning of the New 52. This is the actual series that they did a couple years ago. Really, really good stuff. Similar to Green Lantern, what he did for Green Lantern, it just really expands on Shazam in pretty much every way. Really great stuff. Superman's Secret Origin, again Jeff Johns, Gary Frank as well, can't go wrong. I was actually thinking about upgrading that to the Deluxe, because it's a great story. Superman for All Seasons by Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale, great stuff. Superman Kryptonite by Darwin Cook and Tim Sale. Behind Lobo here, we've got the 2 John Byrne Superman the Man of Steel hardcovers. I need to pick up the 3rd one. And then we've got the awesome looking Death and Return of Superman collection there, the 5 trades. They form, of course, the awesome sort of bloody Superman logo. That is, although not the best reading in the world, I just love the way those look on the shelf. So I'm very glad I've got those. Superman for Tomorrow, mostly got for that Jim Lee artwork. The Last Son of Krypton by Jeff Johns and Richard Donner. Rest in peace, we just recently lost Richard Donner, which is another blow for not just the comic book world, but the movie world as well. So, real shame. All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison is a classic. Superman Birthright by Mark Waid. and Lionel Francis Yu. I'm reading that at the moment. You might be able to see the bookmark. Good stuff so far. Luthor by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. We've then got the 2 Tales from the Dark Multiverse hardcovers from DC. 2 volumes of Trinity from DC Rebirth. And then Wonder Woman. I tell you, Wonder Woman is a character I didn't care for at all. And then, I don't know what it was, but the past sort of year, man, I've just turned into a Wonder Woman mark. I now love Wonder Woman. She's one of my favourite characters now. I've been reading some great Wonder Woman stuff. I'm ready to read more. We've got the first 3 George Perez Wonder Woman stuff, which I've not read yet, so I'm very excited about that. The first 2 William Messner-Loeb's Wonder Woman trades. Wonder Woman by Greg Rucka, 1, 2, and 3. I have read those, and that was great. Wonder Woman from the New 52, 7, 8, and 9. This is the David and Meredith Finch stuff that picks up after the Brian Azzarello Omnibus. And then the DC Rebirth Greg Rucka run, which is 1 to 4. Wonder Woman Year 1 there is fantastic. I loved Wonder Woman Year 1. Moving down again, we're getting into the Deluxes in a second. We got volumes 5 and 6 from DC Rebirth for Wonder Woman. And then I jump ahead a bit. I'm missing a couple there. I've got to fill in the gaps. But we've got The Just War, Love is a Battlefield, and Loveless there, which is sort of the post-metal Wonder Woman, I think. And then I've got the 3 Wonder Woman Earth 1 hardcovers by Grant Morrison. That Yannick Paquette art, by the way. God, man, beautiful. Into the Omnis, there's a lot of new stuff here. Aquaman by Jeff Johns Omnibus. I upgraded the Jeff Johns Aquaman trades. Animal Man by Jeff Lemire. I just finished recently, and that was fantastic. Batman Gothic by Grant Morrison. Batman Two-Face Face to Face Deluxe. Batman and Robin by Peter J. Tomasi Omnibus. Upgraded that as well. The Rise and Fall of the Batmen Omnibus by James Tynen. This is his Rebirth Detective run. I'm rereading this currently, and it's still fantastic. Detective Comics 1000 and 1027 Deluxe. Batman Noel. White Knight Deluxe Edition. Just read that a few days ago. That's fantastic as well. Batgirl by Gail Simone Omnibus. I upgraded the paperbacks there for that bad boy. Crisis on Infinite Earths Deluxe. Identity Crisis 10th Anniversary. DC Universe Rebirth. The Button. Dark Knight's Metal and Death Metal. The New 52 Deathstroke Omnibus. We've got the first 2 Flash by Jeff Johns Omnis. I believe the 3rd one comes out in January. So I need to make sure I've got that pre-ordered. And then the Flash by Francis Manapul and Brian Bucceletto Omni. Moving over, we've got the 3 Flash Rebirth Deluxes until those lines were cancelled. The Flash 750 Deluxe. Gotham Central Omnibus, which is still one of my favourite books. One of my favourite series. Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunter Saga Omnibus, Volume 1. I think Volume 2 is due in November. That's the Mike Grell Green Arrow. I've not got around to it yet. Green Arrow by Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino Deluxe. That's fantastic. Green Lantern by Jeff Johns. These are my babies. I got 1, 2, and 3, plus the Blackest Night Omnibus. This turned me into a Green Lantern mega fan. I absolutely adore it. These will probably stay as my favourite Omnis and my favourite series for many years to come. Justice League, New 52 Omnibus, Volume 1. I've upgraded the paperbacks there. That's the Jeff Johns Justice League stuff. That collects up to, I believe, the end of the Trinity War crossover. So there should be one other volume of that. I've still got the Darkseid War Saga Omnibus. I don't know if the second New 52 one will collect the Darkseid War stuff. I'll just have to wait and see. If it does, then I'll sell that omnibus on. and then Superman Unchained there. I've got this big gap here because I'm currently waiting for JLA by Grant Morrison and the Tower of Babel Deluxes to come in the post, so that should be awesome. Here I've just got my few absolutes. Green Lantern Rebirth Absolute. It's got a bit of damage there, but I got it for a really good price. Absolute The Killing Joke. And then down here we've got Absolute The Dark Knight by Frank Miller, which my girlfriend got for me on a whim because she's just the absolute best. So thank you for that. And the History of the Marvel Universe is just in there as well because it's too big to go on my shelf elsewhere. Moving on to the last bit of DC stuff. Over here we've got, excuse the Lucille bat getting in the way. We've got the Superman by Peter J. Tomasi, Patrick Gleason Omni, which pairs really nicely with the Batman and Robin Omnibus. The 3 Action Comics Deluxes from DC Rebirth. Swamp Thing, the Bronze Age Omnibus I've still got, and then I've now got the Swamp Thing New 52 Omni, which is fantastic. I read that as well recently in tandem with Animal Man. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Swamp Thing Roots of Terror collects a few sort of random mini-series or one-shots. New Teen Titans The Judas Contract. Didn't even know that had a deluxe until a few months ago, so as soon as I knew it did, I just picked that up straight away. Sorry about the shaky camera, by the way. I'm trying my best to hold it steady. I'm a huge Deathstroke fan. He's my favourite villain, so I picked that up as soon as I knew it existed. Teen Titans by Jeff Johns Omnibus. So glad to have that. Got that for a fairly decent price. The binding is not great, so I'm going to have to try and take steps to sort of make it better or not make it worse. So I've yet to dive into that because I'm just really paranoid about breaking it. But I'll get around to it eventually. Trinity by Matt Wagner there, and the Watchmen Deluxe Edition. And then we got 3 Wonder Woman Omnis. Sorry about the glare as well, it's very noticeable from this angle. Phil Jimenez Wonder Woman, Gail Simone Wonder Woman, and the Brian Azzarello Cliff Chang Wonder Woman Omni. Batman the Demon Trilogy and Harleen. Harleen, by the way, is one of the best things I've read in recent memory. Absolutely beautiful book. I've got these here because they're huge, as you can see. Like, they stick out of the shelf a little. So I've sort of got them there for the time being. The glare here is probably going to be pretty bad. But Into the Marvel, these are just the events. So World War Hulk, Siege, The Children's Crusade, Fear Itself, Original Sin, Secret Wars, Avengers Standoff, Civil War II and Secret Empire. They're just up there protected by Groot. Moving down to the rest of Marvel. We've got in the corner there the Nick Spencer Ant-Man, and then the 3 Nick Spencer Astonishing Ant-Man books. That's an underrated run, I think. That's really funny. The 4 Avengers by Jonathan Hickman complete collections. Hopefully the rest of those come out soon, because I'm really looking forward to getting into that. Black Panther the Man Without Fear complete collection. We got the Black Widow Marvel Knights complete collection there. Bought that recently to prepare for the movie because I believe Yelena Belova is heavily focused on in all 3 of those miniseries. I think it collects 3 issue miniseries. Black Widow by Mark Waid and Chris Samney complete collection. That's great. That's a great little run. It's really short, but really cinematic. Captain America, Steve Rogers by Nick Spencer there. I know most people hate it. I happen to really like it. Sue me. Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson there. Legendary run. Daredevil Born Again. I'm still missing The Man Without Fear, so I still need to pick that up. But I'll get around to it. Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis. Ultimate Collection 1, 2, and 3. And then the 2 Ed Brubaker Ultimate Collections, that's 1 and 2. Volume 3 of the Brubaker Ultimate Collections is unbelievably out of print. It's really hard to find. I've not even seen it whenever I've searched for it on eBay. So I doubt I'm going to get my hands on that. So hopefully they reprint the Brubaker Omnis again at some point. Shadowland, and then we've got Man Without Fear, The Death of Daredevil, and then the first 5 volumes of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, which is fantastic. That's the current one. Doctor Strange Damnation Complete Collection, and then the 4 Mark Waid Doctor Strange trades there. Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman 1, 2, and 3 completes. Hopefully, again, we get more of those by Marvel. Matt Fraction's Hawkeye 1 to 4. Old Man Hawkeye. Heroes for Hire by Abnett and Lanning. Hulk by Jeff Loeb 1 and 2. Immortal Iron Fist 1 and 2. Iron Fist The Living Weapon. Iron Man Extremis. And then I've got the full Matt Fraction Salvador LaRocca Iron Man run. I picked up the first complete collection, and then I don't know what it is with Marvel and collecting this series in anything other than trade, but I found out they weren't doing any more of those, so I hunted down the rest of the series in trade. I'm just glad to finally have it all, because I think it's a brilliant run. Considering I don't really care about Iron Man as a character all that much, that is a fantastic series. So I'm just glad to have it all. Hopefully one day we get an actual omnibus or something, but we'll see. Then we got the first Christopher Cantwell Iron Man trade there. That's the current run. Jessica Jones Alias 1, 2, 3, and 4 by Brian Michael Bendis. That's the part of the Max line. And then the first volume of just Jessica Jones, again by Bendis. We got Moon Knight here. The Warren Ellis run, the Brian Wood run, the Cullen Bunn run, and then the 3 volumes of Jeff Lemire's run. The Punisher Return to Big Nothing, Punisher Suicide Run, War Journal by Carl Potts and Jim Lee. The 3 volumes of Nathan Edmondson's Punisher, and then the 3 volumes of Matthew Rosenberg's second Punisher run, which is much better than the War Machine stuff. In the corner there, we've got Punisher Max Complete Collection, Volume 5 and 6. These are the 2 missing volumes that aren't printed in the Punisher Max Omnis. So I finally managed to track those down for good prices. So now I've got everything Punisher Max. Punisher Max, the Platoon and Soviet in there as well, by Garth Ennis. Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. Big Time Complete Collection 1 to 4. Superior Spider-Man 1 to 6. The reason Volume 4 is the UK printing and the rest are US. For some reason Volume 4 seems to be really out of print and hard to find. And I'm not paying stupid money for just a normal trade, so I had to just cave in, get the UK version. Just so I've got the full series. We've got the Superior Spider-Man companion there as well. Amazing Spider-Man. This is the first post Superior series. Starts off with Parker Luck. You've then got Learning to Crawl, which is a mini-series. Edge of Spider-Verse, which for some reason is not included in Spider-Verse. Then it skips the Volume 2 and 3. Because all of that is included in the Spider-Verse hardcover. And then you've got Volume 4 and 5 there. Amazing Spider-Man Worldwide by Dan Slott. This is the Parker Industries stuff. I'm just sort of picking this up as and when I find it. So you'll see I'm sort of missing stuff. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Skip 4 and 5. I've then got 6. I've got Venom Inc. And I've got 8 and 9. So I'm just sort of picking those up as and when I find them. And then we've got the current Amazing Spider-Man stuff by Nick Spencer. You've got Volume 1 all the way up to 12 there. I'm not going to go through them all. But Hunted, sorry about that. Hunted is really good. A Craven story. It's sort of like Battle Royale meets Spider-Man, so that was really fun. Spider-Man Life Story by Chip Zdarsky. Spider-Man Noir Complete Collection. We've then got all 22 volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Bendis and Mark Bagley. I got 21 of these volumes in one go for a stupidly low price, so I'm super happy about that. So I then picked up 22 and tracked down the 3 Ultimate Comics Spider-Man trades, and then we've got Death of Spider-Man, and then the 3 Miles Morales Ultimate Collections. Spider-Man Miles Morales 1-4 by Bendis and Spider-Man 2. Then the current Saladin Ahmed Miles run, we've got Miles Morales 1 and 2, Absolute Carnage Miles Morales, and Miles Morales 3 and 4. We've got the 3 Jerry Conway Carnage trades, and then Donny Cates' Venom here is a bit scattered, but it's in sort of reading order. So you got Venom 1 and 2, War of the Realms, Venom Unleashed Volume 1, Absolute Carnage, and then Venom 3, 4, and 5. I think Volume 6 and the King and Black trade come out sort of next month, so I'll be sure to pick those up. Thor by J. Michael Straczynski, 1, 2, and 3, and the Thor by Kieran Gillen Complete Collection. Thor by Jason Aaron, Volume 1, and Thor God of Thunder, Volume 4 sort of follows on from that. I was going to get all of these complete collections for Jason Aaron, and then I heard that there was going to be a Thor by Jason Aaron omnibus next year. So I'm just going to keep them until then, get the Omni, and then I'll sell on the Jason Aaron Thor trades. Here's where I sort of run out of shelf room, so just going through this stuff. We got the rest of the Jason Aaron Thor run, starting from the top there. The 2 volumes of Thor. Then we switch over to the Mighty Thor 1 and 2. Then the Unworthy Thor miniseries. Mighty Thor 3, 4, and 5. Then it switches back to Thor 1 and 2. Then you get War of the Realms. I've got one of the War of the Realms tie-ins, one of the better ones. Thor Volume 3. King Thor marks the end of the Jason Aaron stuff. And then I've got the first 2 Donny Cates Thor trades. Wolverine Old Man Logan. And then all of this big-ass rainbow stuff is the Jonathan Hickman era X-Men. So you got the first 2 X-Men, X-Men Fantastic Four, Empire X-Men, the first Cable, the first 2 Excalibur, the first Fallen Angels, Giant Size X-Men, the first Hellions, the first 2 Marauders, the first 2 New Mutants, the first X-Factor, and the first 2 X-Force. So that's all of that. Moving over here, I can only apologise again about how disorganised all of this stuff is, but this is just what I'm currently having to do with Marvel Omnis. We got Wolverine there by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, Deluxe. Superior Foes of Spider-Man by Nick Spencer is hilarious. Punisher Max by Jason Aaron Omnibus. The 2 Garth Ennis Punisher Max Omnis, which is one of my favourite books of all time. The Marvel Knights Punisher by Garth Ennis Omni is not quite as good. And then the first Ed Brubaker Captain America Omni, which is the reprint. I've got the second one pre-ordered for next month. Star Wars The Old Republic Omnibus Volume 1, that just came out. Star Wars Dr. Aphra Omnibus Volume 1. The first 2 Immortal Hulk hardcovers by Al Ewing. Vision by Tom King, Avengers vs. X-Men, Civil War, Kraven's Last Hunt, Always an Invader by Chip Zdarsky, the Jeff Loeb Tim Sale Colors quadrilogy, Spider-Verse, and The Clone Conspiracy down there in hardcover. Here we've got House of X, Powers of 10, and 10 of Swords by Jonathan Hickman. Daredevil by Mark Waid 1-5. That's the full run. The Age of Apocalypse Omnibus, glad to have that. And the first 2 Chris Claremont Uncanny X-Men Omnis. In the corner here, I'm not going to be able to show you all of this stuff because I don't have the room. But I've got a bunch of Star Wars trades. They're not in order. I'm not going to go through them all because of that and because I don't have the room. And then on the end we've got Shattered Empire, The first East of West deluxe hardcover, and The Walking Dead Here's Negan. Like I say, I apologise for how messy this all is. Here's the rest of the Star Wars stuff. Just a quick skim through. You've got, what have you got? Lando, Double or Nothing, Han Solo, Thrawn, Kanan, Vader, Dark Visions, Princess Leia, TIE Fighter, Target, Vader, Lando, Age of Rebellion, Chewie, the ongoing Star Wars by various people, actually, Darth Vader by Kieran Gillen, Galaxy's Edge. You got the newest Star Wars trades here at the top. Greg Pak's Vader, Charles Soule's Star Wars. So that's all there. And then finishing it off, my indie stuff is currently just in this long box. Like I say, it's a bit messy at the minute. Hopefully I'll get new bookshelves soon. But just to quickly go through this stuff, you got Fight Club 2, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then you've got the Go-Go Power Rangers Volume 1, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink, Shattered Grid, and the rest of the sort of Kyle Higgins Mighty Morphin stuff, which is really good. The first two of The Boys. These are the thicker sort of omnibus trades. I've got the TV covers though. East of West, this is all the stuff that's not in the deluxe. I'm hopefully going to upgrade the rest of these to the deluxes as well. Aliens, the Essential Comics Volume 1, I love Aliens. Manhattan Projects 1 and 2 by Jonathan Hickman. Nailbiter Volume 1, Preacher 1 and 2, Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. And then at the end you've got the newest Spawn Compendium, the first Fables Compendium, and the first two Walking Dead Compendiums. So that about covers it, guys. Like I say, I'm sorry for not uploading for ages. I'm sorry for how messy my books are once you get past the Marvel stuff. Hopefully soon I can start to give you guys videos that I can be proud of with the effort in that I want to put in. I'll try and stay more active in terms of the comment section and stuff, but again, just a big thank you to everyone that's left support over the past sort of year. It really does mean a lot, and it does encourage me to get back to it, which is what I want to do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Thank you for those of you that have stuck through with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the mess, but yeah, that about covers it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you guys again soon down the road. Take care, guys. Peace.